Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well and safe. This beautiful sunny day, at least here where I'm at, it's sunny. Hope our creator keeps you well and safe wherever you are in the world. Please make sure to hit that like button, share this across other platforms so that we can let people know what's going on out in our solar system. If you happen to be new to the channel, please make sure you hit that like button, share this across other platforms, and subscribe and hit that notification bell in case we have any critical future updates. Folks, it's been pretty quiet, to be honest with you, over the past few days, and I haven't really done any videos because there hasn't been a whole lot to speak of. Well, that is definitely changing today. As we can see, as on our solar flares, we're over at spaceweatherlive.com, we can see that we've been coming up out of the B range. I mean, we did have a couple of C flares. We had kind of a fat B, which is kind of a funny thing to say, but it is what it is. But we're starting to pop off in quite a few C's, so we're starting to get up into some activity. One of the other things that we need to be aware of is as we get up here and we start having a baseline into the C flux, we're going to start popping up into M and into lowercase x. And then as we start getting up into the high C flux, we can start popping way high. So let's take another dive and see what else is going on. And as we come over here to spaceweatherpredictioncenter.noaa.gov, we're looking at the Space Weather Enthusiast dashboard, and this right here is the Earth, and this right here is the X-rays from all those C flares that we've been taking so far. So as we scroll on through from early this morning, we can see there's our C flares, and we can see everywhere that they're being popped out at. Nothing super major so far, and they're quite short-lived. They're kind of sporadic, spontaneous ones, so nothing super major to be concerned about. But as we scroll on up here, we're going to take a look at something here we need to pay attention to. Now, we did have slight level events here a few days ago, but it wasn't anything major to speak of. This is what we need to keep in mind, folks. As we come here and we look at 193 angstroms of light, or 195 rather, excuse me, on the GO 16, this is our sun, and right here we can see this really weird V-looking shaped coronal hole. So there is going to be a lot of, well, winds, solar winds coming from these coronal holes, especially this guy. It's coming around the limb. We also do have some bright regions. We've been getting some C flares from this guy right down here, from this active region, but we will be keeping our eyes on it as usual. I'm always watching. Just because I'm not on here doing a video every single day, which I normally do, doesn't mean I'm not looking. I'm always paying attention, folks, so we do need to pay attention to this right here. Now, in other news, check this out. Coming on over here to spaceweather.com, I'm gonna read y'all something, and this is actually pretty interesting, to be honest with you. Now over here they're talking about a new form of space weather on Betelgeuse. Okay, have you heard of CME? Of course we have. Coronal mass ejection, that happened all the time. A piece of the sun's tenuous outer atmosphere, corona, blows off and sometimes hits Earth. Something far more terrible has happened to Betelgeuse. The red giant star produced an SME, or surface mass ejection. Okay, NASA astronomers believe in 2019 a colossal piece of Betelgeuse's surface blew off the star. The mass of the SME, basically this gigantic surface mass ejection, was 400 billion times greater than a CME, or several times the mass of Earth's moon. Data from multiple telescopes, especially Hubble, suggests that a convective plume more than 1 million miles across bubbled up from deep inside the star, producing shocks and pulsations that blasted a chunk off the surface. Holy crap. 400 billion times greater than a CME? Whoa. Could you imagine that? Now, they're also worried about this thing going nova. Okay, they're worried that it's going to go supernova. And I do follow other channels. I follow Wages World. He's a really good guy. And from some of the articles and stuff that he was reading, they were literally saying that when it goes supernova, if it goes supernova in our lifetime, we will see, it will actually, at nighttime, it will create a shadow on the Earth like the moon, which is insane. For those of you who are not familiar, this is Betelgeuse right here in Orion. It's right here, it's his top shoulder. After the star, after the SME cooled, forming a dark cloud that famously dimmed Betelgeuse in 2019 and in 2020, even casual sky watchers could look up and see the change. Some astronomers worried that the dimming foreshadowed a supernova explosion. The realization of an SME is responsible has at least temporarily calmed those fears. So there's all by all means, folks, come here to spaceweather.com and you can actually go here and you can click on the articles. This is why I like this channel or this website, because they really do give you a lot of interesting things to look at. You can look at it in different areas. You can check out this particular the Tillinghast telescope in Arizona, and bam, here it is. So I mean, they put a lot of good links on there, and especially linking to articles in particular. It's a very good website. Now coming on over here to spaceweather.gmu.edu, we are looking at seeds. Look at this guy right here, folks. Getting a little bit of activity. We've got one right here. We can clearly see his trail behind him. Now it's not some kind of comet, because once again in previous videos I've shown comets or asteroids or meteors, and they just kind of they're in the picture frame for a very long period of time as they're getting closer to the sun. This guy only happens to be there for one frame. Now think about how fast comets or meteors or asteroids are moving, and this thing's only there for one frame for 12 minutes. Like, how does that work? How fast was that thing going then? That's got to make you wonder, doesn't it? Now moving over here to today, I gotta let it cycle through the whole ordeal, and I believe it's 10. Yep, 10:12. We got another one here. Right there, don't have the trail coming out of him. Or that was for 8:10. Excuse me. The one previous was 8:09. This is 8:10, 8:11. Got another really nice one right around 1800. Oops, I think I backed it up. Yep, there we go. We got another one right here, 1800. You can clearly see the wings and the tail. It looks like it would be a head and a little that's little propulsion out behind him. And one of the things that I also did want to make mention of is there's been a whole lot of, well, not necessarily on this guy, but here, look at this. They're trying to cover something up. So something froze up there. I'm not exactly sure what. But let's go on to today, or to the 12th, and we'll actually see all kinds of weird places they put this. Look at this right here. Like, so why do we have this brightness here, but we don't have it here? So this right here is, again, is a Borg cube bending light. You can see him bending the light here. And when you look over here, you can actually see it over here as well. Let me show you. Look at this little white dot right here, this little star or anomaly. We'll just call it an anomaly right here. Okay? Notice how it's not there, and then it's there for 2 frames. Notice that? That's because it's covered by this. Whatever they did here, this little guy right here does not move. In fact, nothing up in this region here moves. This one right here, he's staying in the same place too. But he's not there, then he's there. And then it's gone for 2 frames. It's got to make you wonder, folks. What are they doing out there? You know what I mean? Oh well. I guess we'll never know. So keep your eyes open. No fear, and remember that love is the only way forward. Solar Wolf out.